Tonight on NAIT NewsWatch.
Spring has sprung, and so has pothole season.
You can't only see every pothole, and the one that you don't see is the one that you're going to hit.
Edmonton Police are urging people to call 911 only in emergencies.
We've got some operators that are doing ringbacks, some people that are fielding these frustrating calls.
And an Albertan canine unit is helping to keep an invasive species at bay.
If Zebra or Quagga mussels were to take hold in Alberta, is about a $75 million cost to our irrigation system in southern Alberta.
NewsWatch starts now.
Good evening. Spring is here, but so is pothole season, and with it comes repairs and street sweeping.
The roads are a little bit clearer this spring than last, but the crews still have some work to do. Bailey Nitty has more on that story.
Yes, that's right. The City of Edmonton has started street sweeping the 60,000 tons of sand that was applied to our roads during the winter, and also filling in potholes. Edmonton drivers are hoping that their routes are cleaned up as soon as possible.
Dylan Cliff, an Edmonton driver, hasn't had the best luck when it comes to spring driving or potholes.
Just last year, I hit a pothole and caused a lot of damage to my vehicle. I sent in a damage claim and it actually got denied. And, I wouldn't really consider getting a new vehicle until my main routes are cleaned up because it's just not worth it.
While the warm spring weather is nice, what's left behind when the snow melts isn't. But with less snowfall this year and less moisture, there are fewer potholes, which may leave Dylan and other drivers with some better luck.
So overall, the city has inspectors going throughout our road network to make sure that our roads are safe, and we inspect them regularly and we take care of potholes based on priorities as soon as resources are available.
Pothole crews are out patrolling the roads and have filled over 40,000 potholes so far this year. The pothole complaints have been down 80%, and that's all due to our dry winter.
Compared to last year, we have 80% less notifications for potholes, and these are notifications where residents call 311 or either put it through the app. So I think this is a very good reflection on how moisture impacts the number of potholes we get on our roads.
Although the number of potholes are down this year, it still doesn't make drivers like Dylan want to buy a new vehicle until all of the roads are cleaned up.
You can't only see every pothole, and the one that you don't see is the one that you're going to hit, and it's the one that's going to cost you an arm and a leg. And as a student, it's really expensive to fix.
Edmontonians are encouraged to report potholes or any other kind of road damage by calling 311 or visiting the City of Edmonton website and clicking on the Transportation tab.
Bailey, how can a person go about claiming damage to their vehicle from a pothole?
Yeah, if a person has damage to their vehicle, again, they can go on the City of Edmonton website, but not all claims are accepted. In fact, over the past 9 years, the city has approved only 16.1% of all claims and denied 82.9% of the claims, and those ratios vary each year.
Bailey, is there any parking restrictions for residents when the road maintenance crews make their way into residential communities?
Yeah, the city does ask that people do move their vehicles when they get notified that they're coming into the communities. And the city also does something called courtesy towing, where they will move your vehicle around a corner as a courtesy, and there's no ticket involved with that.
Thanks, Bailey. That's Bailey Nitty reporting live from our news center tonight.
NAIT NewsWatch, the next generation in news.
The Edmonton Police Service is launching a campaign to educate people when to call 911.
Do you really want us to send police to figure out a parking spot dispute? Really?
The police car is here nearby.
The Edmonton Emergency Call Center has answered over 90,000 phone calls so far this year. Of those calls, 40% were not emergencies.
It's very frustrating because, like I say, with the hang-up calls, we have to call back. So we've got some operators that are doing ringbacks, some people that are fielding these frustrating calls where they're trying.
Police say call 911 when someone is in a life-threatening situation or if you are witness to a crime in progress. For other concerns, dial pound 377 on a mobile phone or 423-4567.
Crews are treating the city's mosquito population, and they shouldn't have too much work ahead of them, as the warm winter has kept the population at the lowest it's been in years. Mosquitoes breed and thrive in small bodies of standing water. The dry water has kept the amount of winter has kept the amount of standing water to a minimum. This means experts have projected small numbers for this spring's crop of bloodsuckers.
We're not expecting much in the way of mosquito development at this point, but it being Alberta, that can change in a moment's notice. And if we get significant precipitation in the form of either rain or snow, it could definitely quickly turn into additional hatching of mosquito larvae.
With early spring, the first crop of mosquitoes isn't expected until the beginning of May. For tips on how to protect yourself from the mosquitoes, visit edmonton.ca/mosquito.
Alberta's groundbreaking aquatic invasive species canine team and their partners were commended this week at the Legislature for their efforts in keeping the province free of invasive mussels. Hilo and Diesel, two of the team's working dogs, along with partners from the Southern Irrigation District who support the team financially, met with the minister Tuesday, where she shook hands and paws for all of the successful work that has been done so far.
Zebra or Quagga mussels were to take hold in Alberta is about a $75 million cost to our irrigation system in southern Alberta. That's why the irrigation districts have taken a leadership on this. That's why we're grateful for their partnership on it.
Zebra mussels are tiny, and once introduced into an ecosystem, they spread quickly. They are filter feeders and quickly outcompete other organisms. For more information, you can head to aep.alberta.ca.
City Council is opening up a discussion regarding the possibility of charging a toll for drivers to use the road. The city has published a white paper meant to look at different ways to bringing in revenue to ensure Edmonton's financial sustainability over the next 10 years. Discussions of user fees and whether the city should be charging more for a variety of services, including transit, recreation, and roads. In Canada, there are 20 different tolled roadways, but in Alberta, the Traffic Act does not allow for a municipality to charge a fee on roadways or bridges. Although this is just a conversation, there has been some disagreement on our Facebook page about the toll booth idea. Rochelle Brianna says the city needs to worry about fixing the roads before they start charging. And Jesse says, do we not pay enough taxes already? If you would like to attend the meeting, it will be held on April 12th.
Over 300 people from across Canada came together this week to discuss solutions to end poverty. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Mayors from across our country, like Calgary Mayor Naheed Nenshi and other community leaders, attended the Poverty Reduction Summit. It's designed to generate solutions for Canada's most vulnerable populations.
If we choose to take a big, hairy, audacious goal on, it is achievable. It may not happen overnight, but that audacity to dare to say we need to do more than reduce, we need to eliminate, then you tap into the justice of it.
In a most recent census data, nearly 5 million Canadians live in poverty, and in Edmonton, 1 in 8 are living under the low-income line.
Mayor Don Iveson was on hand for a Capital City cleanup event on Monday morning on Jasper Avenue that hopes to motivate Edmontonians to get involved in one of the city's litter programs. The mayor and several volunteers traveled around a Shoppers Drug Mart parking lot downtown in efforts to help maintain the cleanliness of our city. Capital City Cleanup has been in operation for many years now, and with the help of volunteers, they keep our city litter and graffiti free.
And so Capital City Cleanup has been a program we've grown over the years with great participation from citizens and now from businesses and from school groups, seniors groups, all kinds of groups who come together to help participate in building a cleaner and safer city together.
Last year, these groups raised over $83,000. For more information or to volunteer, go to edmonton.ca/Capital City Cleanup.
A non-profit organization is trying to gather support to unite Alberta's right-wing political parties.
Who believes we should have a unified, single, common-sense party in this province?
The Alberta Prosperity Fund held a meeting on Tuesday to discuss with Albertans the possibility of bringing together the PC and Wild Rose parties. The group wants what it calls grassroots supporters to pressure the political right wing.
To have these two parties, the two-party leaders and the two parties, understand that the grassroots wants one common sense, one conservative party in this province going into the next election.
The Wild Rose and PC leaders were not invited to the event.
Some students are a little more informed of their chosen career after meeting with oil field companies earlier this week. After learning theory, students enrolled in the Petroleum Engineering Technology program thought this was a good opportunity to learn outside the classroom.
Kind of cool to see all the things that we learn about in school, you know. Lots of things we're learning about in class, to see it firsthand, it's good.
Students had a chance to meet industry representatives to ask questions and discuss job opportunities.
A Donair shop owner in southeast Edmonton is proving why a good deed can go a long way. Mahar Tawil of Jumbo Donair went viral on social media when a customer saw him give a homeless man a free meal. She posted the story on Facebook, and it took off, getting almost 10,000 shares. Tawil was shocked the next day when customers lined up out the door to support the owner. Tawil says the act was nothing out of the ordinary for him. It's the way his mother raised him.
She said, oh, it's too hot, go bring some drink or food, you know, to make them like, because too hot, right? To make them cool. So she said, you have to help these people. These people work hard. So just help them. This is how we grow up, buddy.
Tawil and his wife were considering selling the shop, but after that Facebook post, he says business has never been better.
University of Alberta engineering students put their robot skills to the test in a Star Wars-themed competition this week. Combining theory with practice, students designed and built a small robot that could navigate a course styled after memorable Star Wars planets, which for some students is easier said than done.
It's such a challenge that when it finally works, it's such a good feeling to do. And when it doesn't work, then it's like, hey, we need to get this fixed, we need to get this fixed, and you just start hammering stuff out. And it's a lot of fun to work together to build it.
The robot competition is a yearly event for second-year mechanical engineering students.
Coming up after the break, students take to the school gym to sweat out their stress.
And we see how fitness can help students' mental health.
Yeah, I feel like I stress out more when I don't work out.
Hi, I'm Fariel Bashir, and coming up in sports, we say hello to Edmonton's pro soccer team as they kick off their home opener tomorrow, and goodbye to Rexall Place.
Coming up in weather, we've got a bit of a cold spell on the horizon, but hopefully it won't put too much of a damper on your weekend. I'll have all the details after the break.
Welcome back. This weekend is shaping up to be a little cooler than I was hoping. I was wanting to break out my t-shirt and shorts, but that's not going to happen.
I was really looking forward to sitting on a patio on White Ave, but I guess that may not happen. Here's Maddie Skinner with the weather.
Sorry to crush your dreams there, but looks like this Sunday is going to be a little on the dreary side. If you're over in Calgary, you can expect some downpours, as there is a 60% chance of showers, and you're looking at a high of 8 and a low of 1. It's a little sunnier looking at Jasper. You're looking at a high of 10 and a low of -2. Fort McMurray is also sunny, starting in the morning with a low of -10 and rising to -3 in the afternoon. In Edmonton, also sunny, just like Fort Mac. It's going to be a little cooler at -3, but going to warm up to +8 as the day progresses. So our averages for this time of year in Edmonton is +9 and a low of -2. So we're sitting right about the average for this time of year. The records are looking at a high of 21 in 1886 and a low of -14 in 1942, which is not that bad. That's been your look at weather, and now back to you.
NAIT NewsWatch weather is brought to you by NR92, the station for the students.
The last month of school is often the most stressful for students.
With final exams just around the corner, our Nathan Spence took a look at one of the best stress relievers NAIT offers to students.
The gym, a place where people can come to work, sweat, and relieve some of the stress that comes with student life. During finals season, students who would usually go to the gym tend to stop going to focus on studying. However, working out causes your brain to release a chemical called endorphins, which are vital to a healthy brain for studying.
Endorphins get released, right? So those are good ones that you want to release, so that helps you out when you come to the gym, so that when you go home, you can take more in, right? When you're studying, you can look at something and now be able to take that in and absorb it more than if you just sit at it looking at a piece of paper 24/7, you're not going to take it in as much.
So while the gym helps the brain physically, it's also an escape for students, where for a few hours they don't have to worry about school and exams. We caught up with a couple gym rats to get their thoughts on their favorite stress reliever.
Well, it just gets a lot out of you, sweat it out, definitely like to sweat, work hard, and just kind of makes you, everything that you're worked up about during the day, it kind of just all leaves you when you're here working hard, so.
I feel like I stress out more when I don't work out, but when I'm not working out, it's also those stressful times and exams.
So with finals fast approaching, students feel like they don't have time to go to the gym. But even a quick 30-minute home workout is enough to help students study better than they would have without it.
And that's what people forget, is that when you come here, you actually relieve more stress than when you would do if you just stay at home.
NAIT has a ton of options to help stressed out students, and a gym membership is just one of the many included with a student's tuition. For NAIT NewsWatch, I'm Nathan Spence.
Edmonton is gearing up to host the only Canadian stop of the FIST Tour.
And players took part in the 5th annual Matt Cook 24-hour charity hockey game. Here's our sports anchor, Faryal Bashir, with that and more.
That's right, guys, but first we're going to start off with the end of an era for Edmontonians. A chapter of Edmonton's history has ended in the wake of a new one just beginning. Edmonton's Rexall Place holds a long list of memories, and it's a building that won't be soon forgotten. Rexall Place had one last hurrah on Wednesday as the Oilers defeated the Canucks 6-2 in the last Oilers game ever on Rexall ice. The building has hosted many concerts, hockey games, and other events for the past 42 years. Fans saw the Oilers win 4 out of 5 Stanley Cups on home ice. Fans and alumni gathered at Churchill Square to celebrate the Edmonton Oilers' legacy in Rexall Place. The building holds many memories for fans and members of the organization.
Well, I just think it's very special for the fans of Edmonton. They're great fans. There's not a better group of fans in hockey than the Edmonton Oilers fans. So I'm happy for them that they're moving out of the old and into a beautiful new building.
The city is unsure what they will use Rexall Place for, but the Edmonton Oilers and Oil Kings will have a new home come this September at Rogers Place. Edmonton has the pleasure of hosting a pretty unique event for extreme sports fans. The mayor, along with CEO of Festival International of Sports Extremes, announced that Edmonton will be hosting some of the world's best athletes performing BMX freestyle and flat, skateboarding, and mountain bike slopestyle. For one professional BMX athlete, it's extra special to have the event come to Canada.
For me, myself being Canadian, it means a lot because I don't get the opportunity to perform and compete in Canada that often, and never on this size of stage. So to have the biggest name in action sports team up with Edmonton Feast and Edmonton together, it means a lot to me.
The event will take place at Horlack Park from September 16th to the 18th, and it will be free to the public. Now, turning to the world of soccer, our FC Edmonton team plays their home opener tomorrow at Clark Stadium. FC Edmonton played their season opener last weekend in Oklahoma against Rayo OKC, and they came out with a draw. The team came home to practice for the home opener on Sunday, and one player in particular practiced a little harder during the offseason. Goalkeeper Matt Van Oekel spent his summer in Edmonton and lost 22 pounds to perform his best this NASL season.
I'm turning 30 this year, so I didn't have the year that I really wanted to last year, and to keep my career going hopefully as long as possible, I thought, well, let's switch it up and see how fit I can become and see what the big payout will be at the end of the year.
Edmonton's best indoor soccer players showcased their talent as the 2016 Heritage Cup wrapped up this weekend. The soccer game was against India and Ireland. The two teams qualified on Monday for the finals, and Ireland came on top with a 4-2 win. Ireland's captain spoke on behalf of the team.
We felt we were favourites right from the beginning of the tournament, as we won provincials with our club and the league with our club, so it was just all about going in and keeping calm. We knew India were going to be a good team, so just play a simple game.
Now, we all know sports can bring people together, but a 24-hour charity game brought the hockey community to remember the legacy of Matt Cook. Matt Cook was an inspiring individual who loved the game of hockey. Matt played junior A hockey until he got diagnosed with cancer in January 2006. Despite his diagnosis, Matt began to learn how to play sledge hockey after he got a below-the-knee amputation. In September of 2008, he earned a spot on Team Canada, the national men's sledge hockey team. Matt's goal of making it to the Vancouver 2010 Paralympics was taken away from him when cancer took his life in April 2010.
It was quite a journey to see him go through what he did go through, but you know, that's life, and we're here today celebrating his life and trying to make a difference in the lives of those who are fighting a similar fight that he had gone through.
Matt also made a commitment to build a foundation to raise awareness about rare cancers before he passed away. And that's where the Matt Cook Foundation started, to continue his legacy in Canada.
The reason behind the game is to raise money for the Matt Cook Foundation. So Matt was a student of mine back from when he was little, as was his brother Brady. Brady coached in our program, so he's playing on the coaches team. So when Matt passed away in 2010, we wanted to do something to start raising some money for his foundation and came up with the 24-hour game.
The 24-hour game has been put on for the past 5 years. The last hour of the game features sledge hockey in honor of Matt. There was also a silent auction that runs throughout the game, and all proceeds go towards the foundation.
I don't want the loss of my brother to have been for nothing. So.
That was quite a game, but if anyone would like to donate, they can visit the mattcookfoundation.com.
Yeah, you know, Fariel, that game seems to carry quite the legacy.
It does, and I didn't know how much of an impact he had on the community until I interviewed his family.
And it's very sad to see the Oilers leaving Rexall after so many years.
It is, and this may be far-fetched, but maybe the new arena will bring a new cup.
Here's hoping. Coming up after the break, Brian and I got creative and crafted some cards for love letters to strangers.
We designed and gave out inspirational cards to people in need of a kind word.
You know, this burden that's weighing someone down, and they're able to write and to paint and to decorate and to give that away, and that's a beautiful thing.
I'm Sydney Peach, and coming up in entertainment, I check out Rexall's Final Skate, I show you Edmonton's largest show home, and I go to the Edmonton Motor Show. Stay tuned.
Hair sponsored by Rock Salon and Spa.
Welcome back. Randy and I went downtown to write love letters to strangers.
Well, they weren't exactly love letters, more kind words to perfect strangers, but it was still a great experience. Love Letters to Strangers was created by a woman named Ashley Green, a challenge to herself to give to those she did not know. Ashley was very careful to keep this a secret for about a year, but it seems like this random act of kindness spread, and so did Edmontonians' willingness to join in.
It's a great time to, like you said, like art therapy and writing something down. That can be very freeing, and that can be very, it can be very healing.
The Edmonton-based photographer wanted to do something to help the people around her, friends, family, and strangers alike. Green posts images of the letters on her blog, spreads the word via Twitter, and organizes love letter writing workshops. To find out more, go to loveletterstostrangers.com.
The Edmonton Motor Show is in Edmonton this weekend. That'd be pretty cool to check out.
Yeah, and I'm also excited to see what that biggest show home in Edmonton is all about. But our entertainment reporter, Sydney, has all that and more.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, so Oilers fans got the opportunity to skate on the ice of Rexall Place this week. Just 2 days before the Oilers played their final game at Rexall Place, Northlands gave fans an opportunity to skate on Rexall ice. This was Northland's way of thanking fans who came out to games and other events for the past 42 years.
just having the pleasure to be here, the atmosphere, it's very meaningful to the community, to the kids, to see what they can strive for, like their goals as athletes, and, to give them a taste of what it's like to be on a professional surface.
There were 5 sessions open to the public with 100 skaters at each. The response was quick, and within 24 hours, every spot was filled. There's also another skate for fans this Monday. Edmonton's largest show home is looking for an owner. Price tagged at $6.1 million, this home has everything you'd ever need and way more. This 13,000 square foot home comes fully furnished and move-in ready. The home features 6 bedrooms, all with walk-in closets, 9 bedrooms, a gym, a theater room, rooftop patio, yoga studio, 2 bars, and so much more.
All the furnishings that you see in this home have all been brought in from different parts of the world. Nothing was bought locally, so that we can showcase Edmontonians what is available to them as well.
The home is located at 25 Windermere Drive, and Platinum Signature Homes invites everyone to come out and take a look for themselves. They're open Monday to Thursday from 12 to 6 and Saturday and Sunday from 12 to 5. The Edmonton Motor Show is in town this weekend and runs until tomorrow. A major car premiere this weekend is Rolls-Royce's brand new convertible Dawn. This is the first time it's being shown in a motor show in North America.
Dawn is just hitting the market today. The first owners are going to be receiving their deliveries in the coming weeks. And it's fair to say this is the most anticipated convertible, and probably one of the most anticipated cars to hit the market.
There's also every major vehicle manufacturer here showcasing their latest model, making this Canada's second largest motor show. NAIT NewsWatch held a riddle contest this week, and here is your winner. Congratulations to Luigi Rock. He is NewsWatch's riddle champion. Thank you to everyone who entered. But that's about all for entertainment this week. Have a great rest of your weekend.
Thanks, Sydney. That's been your look at news, entertainment, and sports. Thanks for joining us.
And we are preempted next weekend, so we'll see you again on the 23rd. Thank you very much for watching.